cat. I thought that I would make a Valentine's card for you guys today from the Silhouette. And this is what the card is kind of going to look like. It's a flip open card. And I'll link to, well, I don't know if you can link to the files or not in the Silhouette store, but I'll try to. Or at least I'll put the name of it in the description below. So I've cut out the card, and you can see it's perforated here and here. And then I've cut out a heart to go here, and then another heart to go inside of it. And then I've also cut a heart of a lighter color to go on this side. Oh, I think I cut the wrong size. Let's see if that'll work. Actually, that kind of looks funny. Okay, I'm gonna cut this back out in the bigger size. But anyway, the heart's gonna go here, and that's where I'll stamp my sentiment. And then I also have on my mat this little kissing couple with the little heart. And I'm gonna use a background stamp. This is called, let's see, Wood Background from the True Love collection, and it's a Hero Arts Basic Gray collaboration stamp. And this is what it looks like. It's got string on it. And if you look closely, it's got like little hearts in the bark all over. It's really, really cute. So I'm going to use that for my background. This is the paper that I used, the Love Me collection from My Mind's Eye, and this is from last year. And let me cut out that other heart, and I'll be right back and we'll get started. Okay, so I hope you won't mind my disastrous hands here. I've been stamping for days, trying to re-inventory my stamps, so my hands are kind of a mess. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is stamp the background onto this stamp, and this is Stampin' Up's Going Gray, I think it's called, or Basic Gray or something like that. And then I'm going to use the basic, Stampin' Up's Basic Gray ink to stamp the wood grain background. And this is, I'm going to have to overlap it and do it a couple of times just to cover the whole card. But when I did it last night, it worked pretty well. It didn't give me any trouble, so I guess you couldn't really tell because it's a wood grain. Okay, so I'll start from this side. It's kind of hard to do this anymore with my hands shaking so much. So then I just take this brayer, and it makes it easier for me to do a background stamp. Okay, so there we have part of it. See the little hearts? And then I'll do the other part. And I only need to do about this much. Because the card flips open, I'm going to do both sides so that it doesn't look funny when you flip it open and one side is not. So see how it overlaps and you can't really tell? So I'm going to go ahead and do this side. Okay, so now I have both sides covered in the heart, or I'm sorry, the heart wood grain. And I'll set that aside. And now I think what I'll do before I fold it, now maybe I'll go ahead and fold it. So it kind of swings open like this, so this needs to go this way. And then this one goes this way. Okay, so then here's the card, and when you open it, it'll flip open like that. I think I may have done it the other way. Let me think. Nope, it's the same way. No, it is. It's backwards. Well, let's see if we can do it this way instead. I guess you can flip it either way. Yep, see? Look at that. You can flip it this way or you can flip it the other way. Let's flip it this way. Just because I'm right-handed, it seems easier. Okay, so now it flips this way. No, now that feels funny. Let's see. Well, we'll just keep it like this. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is ink the edges of my hearts, just so that they don't look so cut, you know. I don't do it a whole lot. I just do it a little bit. I just don't want it to look like white on the edges. And then we'll do the piece that goes on the back. I kind of messed that up. See how I messed that up a little bit? So I'm just going to flip it over and start over and be more careful this time. Okay, so now all three little heart pieces are edged. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp the sentiment and emboss it. So let me zoom you in a little bit so you can see better. Oh, there we go. Where's my stamp pad? Especially with these this stamp that I'm using is like a dollar stamp, and I just want to make sure that it stamps well, so I don't have to recut this out. So this is an embossing buddy, and it basically keeps the embossing powder from sticking to other parts of the paper that you don't want it to. And then I'm using Versamark ink, which needs to be re-inked. It's kind of old and icky right now. I need a new one. But it should do the trick. And I just kind of eyeball stuff. I don't really measure. I don't even use my Stamp-O-Majig most of the time. Okay, so you can see the Happy Valentine's Day on there. And I'll put some embossing powder on it. And zoom back out. Let my heat gun heat up a little bit before I start pointing it. Okay. So now we've got the embossed sentiment on the heart. Oops, I'm not sure why it did that. And we can start putting the card together. So I'm going to put this side on first, just because if I don't put it on right, it won't stick. It probably would have been easier to use one of those little adhesive things, but I'm going to use this. Okay, let me stand up here. Okay, let's see if I did it right, if it'll open. Oh, it doesn't want to open. Looks like I did it a little crooked. Okay, so if this happens, this is what I did yesterday. It's just a little bitty bit. See how it's just a little bit around there? I just got my little detail scissors and trimmed it just a tiny bit, so you can't really tell that you trimmed it, but it will flip through. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing, I'm sorry. So I think that was it, just that little bit. And then there's a little bit on this side that won't go. It might make it a little easier if when you're cutting the second piece, the second heart, if you cut it just a little bit smaller than the actual heart on the card, and that might make it so it flips open easier. Okay, so now we've got this, which should flip like that. Okay? And now, where's my other hearts? We'll put the other hearts on there. So this one is just as important. If I don't get this one on right, it won't flip open either. The middle one doesn't really matter. So let me stand up to do this one too. So let's see if it worked. It worked, yay! Okay. And then I'll put the second one on. Actually, that's kind of cuter. No, that's alright. That looks even from here. Okay, and then we'll get our little people. Which are on here. And I think it'd be cute to pop them up. So let me get some stickies. And we'll pop these little guys up. So which way do we want them to go? We want them to go this way or this way? I think we won't go that way. Okay. Oh, I probably should have edged these a little bit too, so they're not so stark. Okay. And then we have the little heart, which is really cute, but it seems like it should be, maybe I'll put stickles on it or something. So let me go ahead and glue it down, but then I'll try to get some stickles. So my pop dot is a little big for my heart, so I'm going to cut it down. Okay. So there. So I think I'll put some stickles on the little heart, and I think maybe we'll edge the edge of the card and then round the corners a little bit, and then it will be done. That's a little better. Okay, and then I'll just use the 3/8 side, the 3/8 inch side, and I'll just do the top. So here's our little Valentine card. Cute. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Bye.